You're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers Podcast.
Welcome guys to another episode of Evil Metal Gamers Podcast. Today is September 1st, 2018, and this is episode number 47. My name is Jose Roldan.
And I'm Frank Berna.
And you're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers Podcast, where you hear all your geek news.
All week. Every week.
So, we put that episode out really late.
1 year anniversary, baby.
1 year anniversary, and we had a lot of technical difficulties. It sucked big time. Sorry, guys, that it came out a week late, and then this one's going to come right behind it. But it took a long time to get that thing fixed.
It's kind of like binge watching.
Yeah. That was the most frustrating episode. So, Gamescom's done. You know what's really sad, Frank, that depresses me?
Go ahead.
I'd be in Seattle right now.
At PAX?
Mm-hmm.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, what am I going to do? At least the people at PAX, even though they don't refund your ticket, were nice enough to refund me the money because
that's
they know.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome because it says no refunds. But they knew I was getting surgery, so.
That's pretty sweet. No, maybe next year we'll be able to go. Hopefully.
Free.
You can let me. Yeah. So let me know in advance, and we'll try to go.
I think we should go to Boston. You know Boston.
I
right?
loved Boston. I mean,
Boston's do you know really Boston? Cool, like, if we go there, we're not gonna get lost.
No, but it's a very small, big city. If that makes any sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Like it's a very.
Didn't you say it was modern? Like everybody uses laptops and shit.
Oh my god, that's incredible. That's awesome. Boston's a really, really cool town. And what bothered me the most is I hate Boston sports teams. I hate Red Sox fans. I loathe Patriot fans. And I don't like Celtics fans. Bruins fans, I don't come across a lot of them.
You don't like Boston's Red Sox fans? Why?
Oh my god, they're the worst fucking fans on the
Worse than a Yankee fan?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Are you out of your mind, bro?
Oh well. Listen, dude. Listen, because they'll complain about the Yankees having the highest payroll and they pay for their team. Meanwhile, the Red Sox have the second highest payroll and they're only under by like $2 million. It's asinine at its best. They suck badly.
They're the greatest fans in the world. 80 years was it? Was it 80 years before they won?
No, Chicago fans are the greatest. They were like 100 and something years.
Okay, and then right behind it was Boston.
Yeah, but they both won their titles, so now there's no. Now it's like the Cleveland Browns, but Cleveland sucks. So
where did I hear this? I heard this in the radio that if you bet on the Browns
to win the Super Bowl, you could probably put down like $100 and you'll win like $1 billion.
Yeah,
that's how bad that team is.
1 to 60, I don't remember what it was, or 1 to 600, something like that. I don't remember.
In 2 seasons, they've won 1 game.
Well, they said
regardless. But listen, I hate how much I like Boston because for so many years I hated Boston. But then I went to visit and I was like, "Fuck, man, this place is really cool." Oh yeah, dude, their growth rate was exceptional.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
They're having kind of like what we had down here, like a housing boom, where property is skyrocketing because it's a great place to live, man. Great, it's so clean, and it's so educationally friendly. And there's so much historic, and then you got the great sports teams, and they got, dude. Let me tell you, people in Boston. I know everybody talks about their clam chowder. I'm not a seafood person. They make a mean goddamn burger.
Sure. And the Departed showed how great that city was.
And and I mean, if you like coffee, dude, It gets so goddamn cold up there. There's a coffee shop on every block.
I love coffee. I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
Love it. Anyway, so maybe we should do Boston PAX or maybe the Texas PAX. Those are definitely closer than California. I mean, than Seattle. But I heard Seattle is
a cool fucking town.
I heard it's amazing. I heard it's like.
I mean, it's where Microsoft was invented. It's where Magic the Gathering, Wizards by the Coast is.
Nirvana.
All the grunge bands. But I mean, there's a lot of nerd shit. I
Starbucks.
I think Funko started out there too.
You serious? I heard something about I'm not sure because I'm not from.
Fuck! I forgot. Shit.
What?
Shit! I forgot. They have the exclusive Venom Funkos coming out. I don't know if you saw this or not.
Jesus Christ, bro! I thought something went wrong in your house.
Well, no. But there's a website that's doing a sale where you're getting 5 Funkos for the price of 4, and it's the well, it's not the complete, but it's the Venom collection. So check this out, Funko, because I collect them, and unlike most people, yeah,
I only have 1 Funko.
Oh no, I got some wrestling ones. I got to get the new Kratos ones. I have the old Kratos ones. I got a Boba Fett. I got Deadpool. I got a couple of the Cowboy Bebops. I got a bunch of them. My girlfriend, she collects the Joker ones. In my kid's room, he's got like 6 or 7 different Jokers. But what they're doing, because you know how Venom is a symbiote,
That's a way to get your kid to hate. It's a way to get your kid to hate clowns.
Well, a symbiote, you know how it like jumps from one person? Mm-hmm. Funko is doing all the heroes as Venom. So, Cap, Iron Man, Hulk, Spider-Man, like all of them. They're making these like special edition ones. And I gotta order it before the sale goes away. Shit, I can't believe I forgot to do that.
I gotta buy that Diva.
That Diva's worth it, dude. That Diva's worth it.
It's the same people who make the other one. I have the I don't know what you call those type of anime with the big heads. I posted pictures of her.
Well, dude.
And that was $60.
Okay, but look. It doesn't come out till next year. If you put like $5 away rather than do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's not that big a deal. You just take $5 and just put it in a shoebox, man. And then when it comes out, you buy it.
Yo, where did all this love come from Diva all of a sudden? Diva's like everywhere now.
Dude.
It used to be like Tracer and Black Widow and all this. Now Diva's like very popular.
I still think May's the hottest.
Nobody cares. May's for satanic people. May's the devil.
May's... Well, are you talking about people who play the game or people who find
play
it attractive?
The game?
Oh.
Obviously sacrifice kids at home because it's for the Dark Lord. For people who play May.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's so many words I could say that would offend women, so I'm not going to say it, but she's a pain in the butt to mile it down. Not as an actual character, just as when somebody plays that character who knows how to use her, oh man, she is.
That's like what Dylan was saying.
She's like a gnat.
Anyways.
Anywho.
All right,
I'll probably buy it, but what are we going to do? We're going to talk?
Yeah, let's talk. So, first and foremost, game I'm really looking forward to, and this is going to segue into the next topic. Messenger is getting good reviews, man. It was a game I was really looking forward to. I know a lot of people are all up on Dead Cells, which is awesome. I mean, I can't buy that game at the price that it is right now because I'm worried that I'll play it for a little bit and not play it anymore. We already know that. Moving on to Messenger. One of my favorite video games of all time, was Ninja Gaiden 2 on the NES. It was a game I never beat.
Oh, is that before you left childish things behind?
Yup. It was. It was before the Sega Genesis. Ninja Gaiden 2, I want to say it was 1989.
Yeah,
But what was crazy, because I remember playing Ninja Gaiden and I really liked Ninja Gaiden. We rented it. My uncle and I rented it. And it was back when I was all about ninjas. Like I would watch all the, American Ninja and all those really bad 80 kung fu movies.
Oh, I thought you're talking about the movie.
Yeah. You thought I was talking about American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, they didn't have that in the 80s.
No, but there was a lot of ninja movies that were really bad, but they were really awesome. About like ninjas like living in New York City and like the secret society, and they scale buildings. Mm-hmm. So Ninja Gaiden was awesome, but it was really hard because in order to climb up a wall, you had to jump between walls. So you had to like bounce, but you would stick to the wall. Then, after I rented Ninja Gaiden 2 just appeared out of nowhere, and my dad actually bought it for me. It was one of the times in my life that my dad actually paid like full retail, like day one-ish.
Was there used games back then?
No. I'm saying like, because video games would be discounted.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dad paid like full retail, like whatever the $60 equivalent was for this game for me. Because I wanted it that badly.
It was a great game.
But what was, instead of having to bounce, you could now walk up the walls. Like you would stick to the wall and walk up it. The maps were so innovative. Like I'll never forget, the second map was on a train. And then the third map dealt with wind. And if the wind was pushing against you, it would be harder to walk. And then the wind would reverse and it would push you and it would make you slide off the map. Game was fucking hard, but there was a level that had lightning, and you couldn't see anything until the lightning struck, and you had to jump on pillars. I could never beat that level as like an 8-year-old kid. I would love to get the ROM to see if I could do it.
Probably. I think they sell those. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Those games, you could buy them in like if you go to the mall. You'll see like these areas where they sell like the little shops in the middle of the mall, where people walk. Yeah. They sell like the NES. I'm doing what do you call it? Quotation marks.
Yeah. No, I know.
NES version, but it has like about 600 games inside. So it's not.
Yeah, but a lot of times those games don't work. Like, they don't play well. I have the Sega Genesis equivalent one. My girlfriend got it for me, and it just doesn't play well. Like,
you're probably right.
Yeah. But if I could get, if I bought a Switch, and it was on, like, their store to buy and download, I would love to go back and play it. $50
probably.
It's worth it.
Yo, listen.
But anyways.
What about Strider?
I never got to play Strider.
What the...
I never got to play it.
I had to run you over a car. He was a ninja too.
But I never got to... Wasn't that game only released in, like, Japan?
No. What are you talking about? I played that Strider when I was a kid too. And the funny thing is, it was a lot like Ninja Gaiden. But it was... See, I remember both. And it seems like Strider was tougher because you needed to be able to jump from wall to wall to get at areas. Uh-huh. But I mean, it had to be like jump to be able to climb something really high or something like that. I remember that. But
that was Ninja Gaiden 1.
But Ninja Gaiden reminded me was tougher in the fact that you could get hit and it was like all over. I don't know. I love those games, but now I don't feel like I'd be able to have the patience with a one-hit kill or, like Mega Man's coming out next month. But I don't know if I want to take that punishment right now.
Well, Mega Man had health, though. Mega Man wasn't a one-hit kill. Mega Man had health.
Bro, but there was when you fell on the spikes, it was an immediate death.
Well, yeah, there's that.
All right, go back to...
The Messenger is basically Ninja Gaiden, but what I love about The Messenger from what I've seen, and this game, you want to talk about changing the script. So the game plays at like an 8-bit game, but then you hit time portals, and when you advance in time, the game goes from 8-bit to 16-bit. So it's like playing Nintendo to playing Super Nintendo. And then you can go back to playing Nintendo.
And that is the greatest concept ever. And if they could add one more generation, it would be great.
that right there is just insane when you think about it.
If they could jump to Nintendo 64 or whatever PlayStation, god damn, man, that's such a genius idea.
It is. I cannot wait to get it. That's on my list to get, and going to where I want to go.
Where do you want to go?
Dude, we are hitting this video game renaissance, which I fucking love.
Wait a minute,
fucking
where are you
love.
going?
Fucking love. Not just love. I fucking love it. I can't edit that out. My excitement right now for video games is on this next level type ish. Okay? We have games like Dead Cells, The Messenger, and just recently announced we are getting, boys and girls, Streets of Rage 4.
How is this a fucking renaissance? It feels like it's just old games being remade. That's not renaissance.
But this is where the games are starting to come out. Renaissance literally means rebirth. These old school side-scrolling adventures, the things that made the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis great, are coming back, and they're coming back in a big way, and they're getting great reviews from from not just the people who are reviewing them. Dead Cells is getting like 9.5s and 10s. Messenger is getting 8 and 9s. Everybody's and then when you go on Steam or you go on like Metacritic and you're reading what people are writing about it, they're like, "Oh my god, this stuff is great. I love these kind of games." It's getting away from what makes video games popular. This is the bad part about it. The money isn't going to be there because the people who love their Call of Duties, their Fortnites, and their Maddens aren't going to like these style of games.
Well, because
I
feel they're only popular because of retro. Because it's something that people miss.
Because that's what video games were. But that's what made great video games.
That's what made great video games, but I
the
know what
money
you're
wasn't-
saying, bro. But I mean, unfortunately,
Go
you
ahead.
have to please the now crowd over the old crowd.
And the now crowd sucks because they make shit games.
It does suck, but what am I going to tell you? How many kids are in this nation for every adult?
I know. Look, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I get it.
It's a
I
business.
get it. It is a business, and that's where it sucks because these games aren't going to make the fucking stupid money that this goddamn Black Ops 4 is going to make. Fuck
man,
that
that's
game.
just sad.
And how about let's go back a year. Let's rewind the clock a year. That game that I refuse to give credit, I would not give that game a plug, is now the free game of the month.
I'm
That
going to
took
say
a
it.
year.
You can
That took
say
a
it is
year
free.
for Destiny 2. to
1 year. That's
plunge
pretty
into-
bad.
That's really bad.
Hell, Overwatch is still not free. And I think they both came out around the same time. This is crazy.
Shit, Metal Gear just became free, and that game's almost 2 years old.
Well, I mean, nobody's playing that fucking game. Nobody's going to
Yeah,
get
but
the
that's-
Forsaken. Nobody's going to get any of that shit. Bungie
Oh my
should
God.
just close doors and build their new game for China.
It sucks. I hate them.
You heard about
Go ahead.
you heard about Tencent though, right? Sorry, changing
What's
the subject.
Tencent?
It's a company from China that owns almost every. They have their claws in almost every video game company in the world. You never heard of Tencent?
No.
Well, they just put their claws on Square Enix. So, this Chinese company owns a lot of video games. A lot. I mean,
So they like go in and they like buy like a bulk of shares?
yeah, nobody knows about them. Well, I mean, people know about them, but the gamers don't know about them. Tencent is... We'll get... You know what? That's a topic for another day, but they just got Square Enix. And they also helped out Ubisoft. I don't know if you remember a long time ago, Ubisoft was about to be purchased by another company.
Yeah. I do remember that.
Tencent got them out of that. But they got their claws on them. It's like Tencent's like the devil. And that's where video game companies go to give their souls. They
Yeah,
also
I mean,
own
Ubisoft is doing good.
PUBG.
Even though they make
Yeah, of course
Oh.
they're doing good, but they're doing good. But I mean, I guess this money goes to them. It's crazy how big and gigantic this company is, and a lot of gamers don't know about them. Huh? One day China goes out of business. It's taking the games with them.
But going back to this whole Renaissance, I'm just loving it, and I see myself. And the sad thing is, I see myself becoming more of this indie retro gamer just because these games are so much better.
It is much better.
I go back to Inside and
platformers.
That attention to detail in a side scroller. Holy shit!
Is that a side scroller or a platform?
Well, it's a side. Well, it's both. Platforming means you jump from one point to the other.
So it's both. Yeah.
Side scroller. It's basically like
the whole level goes from left to right. Yes.
Right, left to right. Yeah. That's what that is.
Like Super Mario's platform. But yes, you're right. Inside is both. Because you can go back. And I think in a platform...
that still makes it a side scroller. If you could jump from the foreground to the background, it's still considered a side scroller.
Well, yeah. The indie games are getting big. And thank God for the internet, right? Because without the internet, these people wouldn't be as popular. But it got to a point where the only way you would get indie games is if it was on Xbox Live. Or Steam. But that's how the only way you would see it. You wouldn't see much promotion about them. Yeah. Like Super Meat Boy and all that other shit. That stuff was...
Guacamelee.
Because you would turn on your Xbox. Yeah, you would turn on your Xbox and the Xbox would tell you, here's what's new. And the prices was appealing too. But
it is.
But
now... I mean, Dead Cells, dude. Dude, I want to play Dead Cells so badly. I know I sound cheap, but I can't see myself churning over $30 for that game.
Bro, you got to come over here and play it, because I have a blanket for your son that he might outgrow if you never come and pick it up.
Well, okay.
And then you can play your little game here.
Okay.
Only for a little bit, Frank. I don't need you to be here for 8 days trying to beat the game. Because you look like you would do that to me.
I'm that friend that comes over and tries to beat the game in one sitting.
Yeah, so you can save the money.
No, I do want to get it. I can't spend the $30 for that.
You know what you could do? Here's my idea. When you go buy a laptop, instead of doing a laptop, build your own PC, and then I can lend you my games through Steam.
I can't do that.
Why not? Listen to me.
Because
I have over 300 games. If I put you as someone who can get games from my list, you can play Dead Cell and all those other games that I don't play. I'm just saying, bro. Why are you going to spend money on a laptop?
Take it from A to B, man.
I'll build it for you if that's what you're afraid of.
No, dude, I'm very technically inclined. It's not afraid. I already said, man. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about it.
What else you got? You know,
I got news.
Well,
but I feel like you want to bitch about something.
No, we'll get to that. You know what game we missed about in Gamescom? Devil May Cry 5. And I saw it and it looks unbelievable. I mean, I mean, it obviously looks like it's the next generation of Devil May Cry, but I like DMC better than Devil May Cry 4. So I did a reaction video on YouTube about Devil May Cry 5, and I talked about how much I like DMC over the Devil May Cry 4. You wouldn't believe how many people comment on that.
No shit.
Oh my God, people were pissed. Because they loved Devil May Cry 4. And I remember Devil May Cry 4 was the biggest horse shit in the world. And apparently I was wrong or something, because people were bitching.
I liked Devil May Cry, or DMC, or whatever the hell you want to call it. However, Dante, or Young Dante, I hated him so much.
Well, it's Nero. Right? His name was Nero?
No. Nero was his brother. I'm talking about the main character. No, I'm talking about the last one that they made.
What the hell is this kid's name?
His name's Dante. Don't you remember? He was fighting a monster, and the white wig fell on his head, and he goes, "Yeah, right," and he took it and he threw it off because he doesn't want white hair because it was apparently a prequel to everything.
It wasn't though. Are you talking about DMC?
DMC.
Oh, okay. You're talking about DMC. All right, you didn't like him?
I fucking hated him.
Okay, well, that's a lot of people hated him too.
I skipped every cutscene that I could because, like, the cutscenes literally made me not want to play the game. That's how bad of a character he was.
Bro, I didn't like Nero from Devil May Cry 4. I hated Nero. That's the character you play in Devil May Cry 4. You're not playing Dante.
Yeah. No, I know that.
I hated him. And apparently, when I said that, people were like, "How dare you?" I'm like, how could you possibly sit there and tell me that you like that character? He was the Raiden of the Devil May Cry series. Because you wanted to play Dante, and they gave you that piece of crap. And then they're giving it to me back again for Devil May Cry 5. Does not anybody else see that we're getting the same shitty character? Nobody wants to see that.
I mean, I will say Raiden redeemed himself in MGS4.
You didn't play him though.
I know, but he redeemed himself.
Man.
You can't tell me that he wasn't badass in MGS4.
He was.
Like when he appeared, dude, that game.
Frank,
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Right, we're not getting into Metal Gear Solid 4 right now, but I know what you're getting at. There's no way that Nero. What was Dante's brother's name though? Do you know?
It was something like, it was one of those weird gothic modern names.
I can't remember it either, but either way, it's
like Demetrius or Darius or something like that, where like it's an old gothic name, and only people who like get married in black name their kids this. You know what I mean?
Oh my god! I'm checking to see if that's his name. It's Virgil.
Yeah, see? I knew it was one of those names.
Come on, Virgil sounds like the guy who works downstairs on the photocopy machine. I'm Virgil. How many copies do you need? I just insulted some Virgil. Anyway, so yeah, the uprise of the amount of people who are mad about this is ridiculous. Let me relax, people. I still think that character is not going to be good for Dell. I want to play Dante. Did you see when Dante turns his fucking motorcycle into two swords?
Is it in the trailer?
Yeah.
No.
Not Nero, Dante.
No,
he fucking jumps.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see the trailer?
No, I didn't see that.
Bro, he jumps out of the motorcycle into like a bunch of monsters. And as he jumps in the air, he grabs the motorcycle and he tears it in half. He doesn't. It's like it detaches and it turns into two swords. That was awesome.
I mean, dude, don't get me wrong. One thing that I would love to see, and we're off topic, but we're on topic. Do you remember Advent Children?
Yes.
How Cloud had that sword that you pieced together?
Yes.
And he was riding on his motorcycle and he hit the button and all the swords like stuck out from it.
Yes.
Oh my god. I know we're off topic but we're kind of on topic. Final Fantasy VII, the remake, if they could put that in there, I would be happy.
They probably will, but you better put that shit away because that shit's not coming out to PlayStation 5.
Oh, I know. No, I'm dude, that game is. I remember when I saw the trailer for Final Fantasy 15 way back when it was Versus.
Uh-huh.
And that it was going to come out on the PlayStation 3. I remember seeing that, and then it just disappeared from the face of the planet. And I'm like, okay, so this game is probably never going to come out. That's where Final Fantasy VII is.
And then
like,
it did.
I won't forget about it, but I would love to still see it. But you're right.
I think it's.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's even going to come out in the first 2 years.
Oh no, I don't expect it.
I think it's going to be...
Shit. I'm expecting my kid to be like 7 by the time that game comes out.
What are the odds of that? It's Final Fantasy VII in the 7 years. Bro, I'm just saying that they had to like cancel production and redo it again. Okay?
I don't get what's... Explain to me what's so hard about making that. Like, can you explain it to me?
I don't know why they...
Because that game in and of itself is a masterpiece, right?
I don't understand why...
Even to this day, if you go back and play it, right? And it's one of those things where you have to get over, like, it's PlayStation 1 and we're on PlayStation 4. Once your eyes adapt to it being an older game, that game is incredible for what it did at the time.
Bro, that's why it's like one of the best-selling games for phones.
It's unbelievable. The story's already written. You don't have to rewrite this story. The monsters are already created. You have to update the monsters. The level design is already there. To a certain degree, you just got to make it bigger.
I think Frank, I don't think he's going to do it like the original, which was what do you call it? Turn-based.
No, it's not going to be turn-based. It's going to play like Final Fantasy 15, which to a certain degree I'm fine with. It's not breaking my heart.
But I guess it's not working or something. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you what it is, but you're talking about how hard it is. Well, you can keep the story the same and you can change the graphics, but to change the entire gameplay of that game might be a little tough. Especially if you have to come up of how to fight. Oh my God, I forgot the bad guy. Sephiroth. In that type of style.
Well, no, but I feel like if you use the Final Fantasy 15 engine, right?
Yes.
I feel like part of the what's some of the most difficult things to do is creative design. But if you already have the models, you just redo the model. Like
I disagree. I don't think he's trying to venture off to do it exactly like Final Fantasy 15.
No, that's not what I'm. Oh. Go ahead.
He's trying to keep that Final Fantasy VII style. So, obviously, when you summon, you're probably going to have to push a button to summon. Because summoning in 15 sucked. And, their characters are all completely different. And remember, it's 5 characters instead of 3.
No. It's only 3 characters. You only use 3. Trust me.
In the original?
Final Fantasy. Yeah. Well, total? Are you talking total characters?
When you played the total characters to fight a monster, was it 3 or 5?
3. It's 3. Final Fantasy 9 gave you 4.
Wait a minute.
7.
Final Fantasy 5? The one that came over here was 5. I don't remember it being 3.
Are you talking Final Fantasy 5 or Final Fantasy 7?
No. 7, I thought it was 5, but it's only 3? What?
It's only 3. Yeah.
Final Fantasy 8, how many was it? 3?
3. Final Fantasy 9 gave you 4. 10 gave you 3, but you can swap them out at any time.
Wow.
And then 12 gave you 4, and you could have an extra character as like a guest, and that would put you at 5.
That's crazy. I've always said, look, for example, Final Fantasy 3 has 4 characters. Final Fantasy 3. 4 characters. Why would they jump? I guess the technology was bigger, so they had to put less characters, which sucks.
Something.
Anyway, we're getting off the track, out of topic. So I'm actually gonna get Devil May Cry 5 when it comes out, even though I hate the character, just because it looks like it plays really well. It was very smooth fighting, and I like that type of stuff. And it looks like Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say.
Final.
Just going from smooth to unsmooth. You ready to bitch? Because we have a big topic to talk about.
Okay.
And we're coming up on a half an hour.
Okay.
So go ahead and start bitching. Start bitching about what you're bitching about.
Listen, it's not a bitching. I'm talking for the gamers. Everybody's noticing it. Final. Here we go. Spider-Man for PlayStation 4 over the week had a big problem. Reddit, of course, the trolling website of the world, found pictures somebody anonymously, which is the other thing that I'm skeptical about, anonymously put that Spider-Man has been downgraded in graphics, and they put pictures that match the trailer or the gameplay from 2017 to the ones that are now, and it's a huge jump. It's a huge jump, and of course, the main thing that became a problem was the puddles. And the puddles were smaller. But it's funny how gamers who are protecting, I don't want to say PlayStation fanboys, but probably PlayStation fanboys.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They refuse to see the whole picture, and they're just looking at the goddamn fucking puddles. Don't look at the puddles. Look at the whole picture. It's not just the puddles. The whole picture is like completely downgraded. From textures, from lighting, from just so many. There's blur effects that were taken away. But I'm not saying that this is the real deal that has been downgraded. First of all, these pictures surface in Reddit. Like I said, trolls, man. That's like troll nation of the world.
Posted in Reddit?
What was that?
You know what else posted in Reddit?
What?
That Grand Theft Auto 6 videos were coming up soon, and that they popped up while people were playing GTA 5 online.
You see? It's you can't take everything that's in Reddit for real. I mean, it looks so bad that I feel like it's been photoshopped. I really do. Why wouldn't it be photoshopped? Why wouldn't that be an Xbox owner who's mad that they're not getting it and then they just fucking downgrade it? Why wouldn't that even be Microsoft doing that? I mean,
listen,
Insomniac. I don't take Insomniac as a bad company. I think they're great. And when they say that it's not downgraded, and then you got pictures that show that, two things come to my mind. Maybe the pictures are fake, or Insomniac has become a really bad liar.
I don't know. Like, and this will segue into the next topic is I think the game's going to be good. I'm honestly, in my heart of hearts, I'm expecting to see 8 for this game. I really, really am. And if I had the money, I would be getting this game day one. I like Spider-Man. I like the open world. I like my action adventure games. Those are things that typically get me. And I would like to support this game. However, Red Dead's coming out and my money's going towards Red Dead. That's it. But to me, what's going to make or break this game will be a story. If the story is amazing, this game should get a 9, if not higher. But if the story is lackluster, it won't surprise me that this game drops all the way down to a 7.
But I'm telling you, that's quite a risk that they're taking. A big risk. Because when you play with the story of a loved character and you change it around, it's 50-50. Either it's greatness.
But this is where I'm saying that this game, just off of everything I've seen, from the first time I saw the teaser, 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
Yeah.
To what we saw at E3, to what we saw at Gamescom, it's looked great, but it hasn't looked mind-blowing great. So to me, it's a solid 8. And for everybody to be losing their shit, it's like if you're expecting this to be God's gift to the fucking video game world.
I feel like the people who are losing their shit are like the ones...
Are the fanboys?
The fanboys. Like, they're losing their mind. And it was probably implemented there by somebody who doesn't own a PlayStation, and it's working. I'm skeptical. I pre-ordered it on Amazon, so I'm still going to get it. But I'm going to really look at it to see. Because, Frank, for all we know, that's the regular PlayStation version. You know, you have to downgrade the pictures on PlayStation. Maybe PlayStation Pro ups the textures. Am I explaining myself?
Yeah, by the way,
because you could do two things.
You know,
go ahead.
Oh, well, go ahead. You
could do two things on PlayStation Pro.
Okay.
You could do two things on the PlayStation Pro. You can up it to 4K and down the textures, or not. You sacrifice something in order to run it on 4K. Maybe it's the puddles. Maybe it's reflection. Maybe it's the lighting. Or you can keep it at 1080p on a PlayStation Pro and you get the way better graphics, which won't be good. They won't look good on a 4K TV, but you're going to get the best version of the game. So if you have a regular 1080p on a PlayStation Pro, you usually get the best. You're getting the most powerful version of the game. When you put it on 4K, you're getting the best image that you can have. And you usually won't tell the difference because of the lower textures and stuff like that. You can't tell on a 4K TV because everything looks beautiful. But that's probably what they did. They took a picture of what the game would look like if you downgrade it. And they're just somebody manipulating the gamers. And it's working. Go ahead.
So, Indiana had a GameStop conference for like managers and shit. And Rockstar showed up and showed new footage of Red Dead Redemption, and people are losing their shits.
Uh-huh.
The videos that they were showing, and apparently the videos they've been showing, are not via the PlayStation Pro.
What do you... Really? Wow.
Yeah.
It's just regular PlayStation?
That's regular... It's been regular PlayStation almost this entire time, according to what people are saying.
So I can only imagine what it's going to look like for Xbox and PlayStation Pro.
Yeah. Like, it's going to be
because, I mean, it's going to... Obviously, and it's not that I'm bringing you down, Frank. The best version is going to be the Xbox One X.
The Xbox One X. Yeah.
It's going to look amazing.
But
the second best version is going to be PlayStation Pro. The third best version is going to be, obviously, the PlayStation regular. And, obviously, the fourth version will be the Xbox One X S, as in shit. But that's probably going to be the worst looking one. The S version. So if you're telling me that what I've been seeing is on the regular PlayStation, holy, I don't want to curse. But goddamn, that means that they can make it even better. Wow.
And it's probably, like, the thing is it's probably not ready for PC.
No, probably not, because they probably want to add more things. It's going to be like 6 months.
Yeah. But it's going to be incredible.
So it's
going to be nuts.
It's today September, so we got exactly a month and 22 days. Is that right? Or a month and 26 days?
No, 25 days.
October 25th?
The 26th. I think it's the 26th.
And then speaking of Red Dead Redemption 2, those Cowboys are scaring the crap out of another great company. EA is scared shitless about the Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1? No, Battlefield... Yeah. No, it's not Battlefield 1.
I would be too.
Battlefield 5.
I would be too. Well, no, and it's also Activision's being brave and releasing Black Ops. Dude, they're smart. I don't think they're scared.
I don't think it's smart at all. I think they should
push it back.
No, they should have pushed it.
Fuck that.
They should have pushed it earlier, Frank.
It might not be ready, man.
How is not ready?
Not ready?
You can't fix what you're gonna fix in a month. So if you're telling me that they are delaying it because it's not ready, then I'll say yes, delay it. But if you're telling me they're delaying it because they don't want to compete against Red Dead Redemption, then I think you're wrong. I think it should be released earlier. September has only 2 games, bro.
Fuck that noise, dude. You're dumb.
Listen to me. Look at the amount of games that are coming out in November, bro. Look how many games
What's coming out in November?
What?
What's
people
coming out in November?
People are going to be buying. It's a bad idea. People are going to be broke after buying Red Dead. What is it? Tomb Raider. You got Spider-Man. There's another game in October, a big one. Oh, God, I can't remember it. Shit. Go ahead. What were you going to say? I'm crazy. Why?
Because, dude, if that shit is buggy and it needs patches,
on
day one,
Frank,
that shit, dude, video game sales are not what they used to be. Day one sales are not a big factor. It goes into the following week. X amount of people bought it. People are loving it. Oh shit! Now I need to get on it.
Bro,
people are
I agree.
bandwagoning video games.
I agree with you.
if the game is a dumpster fire from the beginning and people are pissed and they're looking at Metacritic, they're looking at what they're seeing on Steam, you're not going to sell.
I agree, Frank. I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. What did I say? If the game is ready to go and it has no problems, it would have been better to release it earlier.
It's not worth, because the thing is, and this is the big thing, beta testing and, testing in shop is what? A couple hundred people? You don't have several thousands.
What is the difference of releasing a buggy game early and then having to fix it than releasing a buggy game with other games out that are better?
Well, that's what happened with No Man's Sky, dude.
So you're telling me that
No Man's Sky was ready to launch, and they launched it, and then they were like, we miscalculated how many people were going to get this game, and that shit failed miserably.
So you're telling me that it's a better decision to take it out later on and fix it with other games on Black Friday? So if you understand what I'm saying, right? If you come out with if you come out with a shitty game in November and the word spread, there's going to be other games available at the time. Call of Duty is going to be available. Tomb Raider, you got Red Dead Redemption, you got all these games. So if word spreads out that it's bad, nobody's going to buy it because there's other options. September has 2 games. That's it. You can still redeem yourself and fix it before.
No, you can't, dude. It takes months to fix a bad taste.
And
game.
What do you think is going to happen in November? Do you think their chances are better in November when the other games are out? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think
you do it before you have competition, because if you come out with a shitty game when there is competition, no matter how much you fix it, nobody's going to buy it.
No, No, I wholeheartedly disagree. I think it's a very smart move, just because a lot of people are saying how bad this new Call of Duty is, and let this new Call of Duty crash and burn, and people are like, what the fuck?
Well,
and then you release this dude, I don't like old World War II style games, and this game looks unfucking-believable.
It does,
and to show it's more of let them show their hand, and when this game comes out and it's more of the same, and then you show your masterpiece and people are gonna be like, fuck, this is awesome.
Yeah,
that's where
but you're making it look like people have the money to purchase both of them.
But I go back to what I was saying, man. It's that risk versus reward. Either way you look at it, it's a risk versus reward. You put it out too early, the game's a flaming dumpster fire because it's buggy on the online component. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be buggy on the online component. That's really what you have to worry about. It's not the overall game. Because people nowadays, they do buy it for the single player, but it's more on the multiplayer and where is it going to be buggy. So you're giving yourself 2 more months to work on the online where somebody else is already doing their online. If you release early, and like I said, it's either way you look at it, you can see your benefits. I see what you're saying. By putting yours out first, you get the jump, you get ahead of the curve, and everybody's buying your game, right?
Yeah.
I can see that argument, but I can also see the downside of that argument where your game came out, it's dog shit, and now everybody's talking badly about it.
I wish I agree with you, but Battlefield, man, never has come out and has bugs like Call of Duty.
I know, but this is all the more for me personally, this is all the more reason. If I played first person games like everybody who's been playing them, seeing Battlefield, seeing Black Ops, I'm going like bias aside, like seeing futuristic versus World War II. I'm not even looking at that. I'm just talking from sheer gameplay perspective. Battlefield 5 is trumping, man.
All right.
That game looks unbelievable. unbelievable.
It does, but the pre-orders are low, bro. Look it up. It's low. Very low. As opposed to Call of Duty's pre-orders are skyrocketing.
Of course they are. But Call of Duty always sells high. I mean, you can put two dogs humping each other while a car's on fire in the background and just say Call of Duty,
and people will buy it.
DOH, dogs of humping. and people would buy it. It's
okay. That was a good debate, but now we got to get to what we have to get to, the main event. I
don't care, dude. We're going over. I don't care. We're going over.
I should put an echo on that. The main event.
Well, that's what you should do. Give yourself some space.
I did. I already did.
All right. So, Jesus Christ, we got gameplay footage of Cyberpunk 2077, and it is beyond what I was expecting. It is so gorgeous. It is so big. It is everything I've wanted in a video game so far.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said for all three of those.
So, to start off is a 48-minute trailer, and I watched...
It's not a trailer. It's gameplay footage.
It's gameplay footage. I've watched it 3 times. The first time I watched it in pieces because it came out, and the day it came out, my kid had to get his vaccinations, so he was a miserable mess, and I had to stop it every 10 to 15 minutes because he was crying.
And then you can't enjoy it.
He needed something. But I could enjoy it, dude. Each one of those 10 minutes could have been a trailer in and of itself, and I would have been like, oh my god, I want this game. Be it her getting her upgrades, her saving the naked woman, her driving the car and people attacking her, her doing the mission to get the little robot. Everything about that goddamn trailer was amazing, and watching it in pieces was awesome. Second time, I just watched it all the way through, and the third time, I have a smart TV that's 75 inches of glory 4K resolution, and I put it on, and I just sat there drooling on myself for the amount of beauty that I was looking at.
Did you notice? Well, let's talk about the actual resolution of the game. The game looks like it's being, which it to me is genius. It looks like they put a film filter on it. Did you notice?
Yeah, it did look a little grainy,
which I think awesome. Is part of the to give you that 80s type of movie, because those movies were big in the 80s, and I'm sure they'll give you the option to remove the film, which then the game will look ridiculous, because it looks good already with the grainy. But if they let you remove the grain, wow, is on a 4K TV, Jesus Lord. But I have to say though that the game, watching it on a big screen was way, way better than watching it on your phone or watching it on a computer. And boy, did they have like, I'm trying to think of the word here. Like it's such a massive game that, it's ballsy. It's almost ballsy. Like, holy shit, what do you think you're doing a game this huge? And I mean, this city is live. It's more lively than anything I've ever seen in my life. And I say Grand Theft Auto was probably the best one, where every single character is doing their own thing.
Oh, absolutely.
But when you really sit there and look at the characters, they're all doing something different. More than anything you've ever seen in Assassin's Creed. I'm thinking of cities. More than Assassin's Creed, Grand Theft Auto, maybe another example, but
I was about to say Origins.
Witcher, even Witcher, which was their own game, and Witcher was like, you could see that people were doing something different. The fact that there's no what do you call it? You don't have a mage or a healer. You just go in there and you just put stats on your character, a la a la Fallout, I guess, right? Because Fallout doesn't really give you.
Yeah. I don't have my phone on me. It's charging. I took screenshots of all the creative players. Several things stuck out to me because they want this game to be very personal. One of the big things about the Cyberpunk realm is the style of the way your character looks. In the character creation, it had several. I'm wondering if they're already pre-rendered faces, or you could choose those basic faces and then alter them slightly. I didn't see a lot of scales. Like, you know how some games they will give you like a 0 to 100, and you can fine tune the slants in the eyes or the fullness of the lips. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. But I mean,
from what I've seen that they had numbers. So you choose eyes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I'm not gonna bitch too much because this game is colossal. But I will say I would like to see it being more refined, being able to really make a character I like.
I don't want it. I want them to give me the two main characters, female, male. I'll tell you why. When you make a character and then you go and see a cut screen of your character, in my opinion, I don't know about your opinion, your character looks like shit on those CG or those cutscenes. It looks like shit. You're not going to tell me there wasn't one time that you played a character that you built on Fallout, and then they show a cutscene and your character looks like absolute horseshit.
Well, I hated the Fallout. I hated the way Fallout did dialogue. I thought it was one of the worst things ever.
I
love what they're doing in this game, where they'll do like a cutscene. Remember, it went to the next day, and you saw her like wake up. And seeing that, dude, I'll tell you what, I am very, and I might be tooting my own horn here, but a lot of people, when they see my creative characters, people are like, dude, you made your character look just like you. I'm really good at the creative character aesthetics. I know what I'm looking for, be it The Sims or a wrestling video game or just anything where I can get my creative juices flowing. I'm really good at it. So I understand what you're saying because people bitch. I never typically have that problem because my characters I try to refine mine as best as I can. I mean, literally, when you're playing a video game,
I even seen it
has a creative player.
In Elder Scrolls.
My Elder Scrolls characters are awesome, dude. Like, my guys are always really well done. But I also, like, the day I get this game, I won't play the actual game for at least an hour, if not longer, because I'm creating my character. That's the level of depth I go to. If
you want to keep this game cinematic, like the way they did, then my opinion would be don't change the character's face. You get a female or you get a male. You can change their eyes. You can change their hair, and that's about it. And then you put the stats. Because
that's you.
Because then you're gonna go there. Some people are gonna make a fat character, and then it just looks terrible. Just keep it the same.
But I mean,
you want to make it feel like it's a movie.
Do.
Not.
I'm just.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just so excited. Jesus Christ!
I see what they're aiming at. Okay, I see what CD Projekt Red is aiming for, and they want to give you that cinematic feel. I might be wrong, but I feel like they're going to leave those characters the same. You get a male, female, and you only get to change a couple of things: hairstyle, eyes. Maybe you can give them a beard.
Oh, no. There's a bunch of stuff, man. They got tattoos.
Well, yeah, which is fine.
I'll send you the screenshot that I have. I'll forward it to you. But there was an Asian woman, there was a black woman, there was a white one. Like they have different races already set up. Like there are the pre-rendered ones that they already made. I'm talking about people like me who really want to get that creative flow behind it, because Cyberpunk is based off of a tabletop game.
You know what?
It's based off of Dungeons.
What a good example is?
Dragons.
Yeah. A good example is Mass Effect. They give you all that freedom to make your characters, and then the cutscenes, and every single one of them, I don't want to hear bullshit. And every single cutscene, your character looks terrible.
I don't know. Only Mass Effect I really ever played was Andromeda, and mine wasn't that bad.
You didn't play the whole game. There's some shit. Okay, let's keep going with what else we saw. Another thing that I saw was the no loading thing. The no loading thing is mind-boggling. I don't know how they're going to do it unless this game is coming out for PlayStation 5.
It's, for me, what I'm seeing is you're riding on an elevator or you're in a car and it's loading slow. One of the reasons why Grand Theft Auto has you do from point A to point B and it's so far, that's how the game's loading.
Okay.
Did you know that or no?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's how they get away with making their game so large, is by just driving through open country. That's its loading screen.
But you're not driving through open country in this game, Frank. You are driving through a city.
Well, no, but same thing in Grand Theft Auto. There's pre-generated cars and stuff like that are driving past you. No, you're right. But do you understand? Like, the game is kind of forever loading by moving from... Like, when you get in an elevator, that's more of a stronger load than... Does that make sense?
Yes.
But no, dude, you're right. It's colossal what it's doing in the loading. It's
smooth too. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see any trickery where, you know, if your face is facing forward, then the characters behind you might disappear, or characters start popping up in the screen as you move closer to them. I saw nothing of that. The other thing that I saw that was unbelievable was when you are upgrading your character, you're actually going to a doctor and getting the surgery. I think that's phenomenal. And
it actually shows it. It's not just like, okay, here's your stat. What?
Yeah, no, they're actually working on you, and I'm assuming that gives it more of a cinematic feel instead of feeling like it's a game. Like where you sit there and the screen fades out to black, and then it fades in again, and now you have the new body parts.
I love the eyeball. I won't get over that eyeball. The doctor took out the eye, placed it on the table, and then you could see around the room the eyeball, and like you see your body laying there while the guy's upgrading your eye. It is so awesome.
Well, the other eyeball was there already. He shows it to her right before he does surgery. He shows her the new eyeball, and he places it on a machine that connects to her, and then he says, "This is gonna go black for a second," and then that's when he pulls out her other eye. But the perspective that you're seeing of you laying down, that's the new eye. He programmed it to it, so that's incredible. And that's when he takes it out. I don't remember. He even says what the brand was. Sounded like Japanese. But
I love that. Like, that's going to be awesome. I love when video games create their own branding, a la Borderlands.
Yes, absolutely.
And you see their advertisements all over the place.
Yes,
I love
that. Was crazy. That's just even the sodas and stuff like that. The integrated ads. So as you walk around, ads will take your image or read you and tell you what you want. Like, a good example was Alter Carbon. They did that too.
Yeah, but it goes back to, like, if your character is a strength-based character, it will probably send you in a direction to find strength-based weaponry or armor. You know what I mean? If you're a light armor character, then you go here. If you're a heavy, like, just to simplify the gameplay, that would just be awesome.
Yes.
But it would also give you, like, for people who are trying to get from point A to point B, it would do that. But for people who are trying to fuck with the system, then they could explore more and you would find more from the game.
Yes.
Can you imagine that? Like, you're just like a heavy armor character, but you go to a light armor smith and the guy's like, "What are you even doing here?"
Oh, exactly. Like,
why don't you go over there? Yeah.
I like the fact that if you are in trouble or you did something wrong, the ads will be able to point you out. and you can't run, because the cameras are everywhere.
Dude, that's 1984 stuff.
1984, Ghost in the Shell is. This game gave me the most feeling I got out of this game was Ghost in the Shell. It felt so much like Ghost in the Shell, where the mayor and her partner, the relationship with what's his name, Mendes. I forgot what the guy's last name was. He's obviously Hispanic. He's obviously Mexican.
Oh, Jackie,
but they go by his last name.
No, well, wait. Are you talking about which one? Ghost in the Shell?
No.
Cyberpunk.
In Cyberpunk,
his name's Jackie.
But his last name is Hispanic.
Like, hey, Jackie,
because he called her.
Oh yeah. But he keeps calling her cabron and all kind and pendejo. And,
yeah.
He's got all kinds of Spanish stuff.
But man, that gave me such a feel for Ghost in the Shell. It makes me want to go watch Ghost in the Shell again. One thing that I also saw was the character tells you, "Hey, I'm going to be at this bar. Meet me here and we'll talk later." And then he walks away. For my understanding, if you walk with them, you'll bump into them in the bar, because the character actually walks from that point to the meet point. Understand what I'm saying?
That's pretty sweet.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. The game is going to be ridiculous in that aspect.
And
I don't.
Go ahead.
I don't know what they're doing over there in Poland, but they're doing something, man.
Yeah, tell me about it. I mean, it's still a small group for my understanding. What else? I mean, there's so much we have to talk about. You got anything else that you saw that you liked?
I mean, I love the people who are addicted to augments, and they're just they're so much based off of machinery. It's crazy. Like, they don't even have eyes anymore. They have lights.
Yeah, they think they're above you because they're fully machine. Their final goal is to be completely machine.
I loved how there's all kinds of little aspects of dialogue where the guy like tells you to do some drugs and you can either refuse or do it.
Yes, I think that's peer pressure type of thing.
And then there's pieces where it will give you the option over and over and over again to like take the gun, or you can continue to do the dialogue.
Yeah, it's the fact that you can make decisions that affects the whole game or how you play levels or missions. Because she decided to pay money to the government agent in order, or not pay money, give her information. She gets the money from the government agent, and instead of having to go in there, gun ho and killing everything, she can make a proper deal, which later on leads you to consequences for doing it that way. So
but you could also, but that's going to unlock a whole new set of.
That's what I mean.
Like your game and my game are going to be two completely different games, because you could actually befriend the people who have the augments, and they're constantly going to be supplying you with all kinds of stuff. You can befriend the corporation, and now she's going to give you missions. Everybody's going to be able to give you so many different
and
missions.
You'll make enemies at the same time.
Oh my god! It's going to be so great.
The narrator explains that you could have done that mission 100 different ways.
Yeah.
So
I guarantee there's probably going to be like a way to be completely stealthy where you just hack in, you steal the robot, you get the robot, and nobody knows like that you did that.
Yeah. I mean, you can go stealth. You can do a bunch of shit, bro. I love the fact that you can hack other characters and get in their heads. And
I like the combat,
bro, yeah, when they unleashed what the character could be with full potential, where she's got the praying mantis arms, the praying mantis legs, and she can move. She could jump from left to right fast and do double jump.
She can attach to the wall.
Double jump. There was a bunch of things, and the kills were amazing. With those arms, you could do stealth, and you wouldn't make a peep.
You could do stealth kills. You could do You could do knockouts. You don't have to kill the character.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. There's so much.
You could do.
I don't even know.
You could do one night stands. They'd obviously show you that you could do one night stands. There was.
You want to know what I love? Going back to like that Final Fantasy VII, the swords and the motorcycle. The fact that you have a room. I love games that make it aesthetically pleasing. You can have a room that you can set up that showcases all of your weaponry.
Uh-huh. Yeah. No.
And like you can hang the guns on the walls and
I'm
shit.
sure you can get trophies and shit too. Whatever,
I can't wait. I can't, like, oh my god.
You know that you're going to be able to buy houses and stuff. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Eventually you'll be able to get better apartments. Yeah. Depends how big you get or how powerful you get.
And then this is where I believe that this game's going to go, where it could go one of two ways. But what I would love, and I mean, companies have their own ideas for video games, but if you can take this game and then move it from this game to another city. You came up with one, I came up with one, and each one of those could just be overall expansions, because The Witcher did it in The Witcher 3, where the expansion took you to a whole nother level, whole nother world and all this other stuff, right?
Yeah, it was a whole different country.
Exactly, that's what The Witcher did. To be able to do like, so you're in California in this game, so to do like a Las Vegas level where you're going to drive through the desert and end up in the desert.
Yes.
For a lot of levels. And then you came up with the idea of going to like Japan or to Beijing or to Thailand and seeing a heavy Asian influence level. And to be able to traverse between the cities. So then rather than making a part 2 or a part 3, it's just expansions that are expanding on a character that you already created.
Absolutely.
Because this game is more story driven than what is my max level, in my personal opinion.
So many states around California that you could travel to. Hell, you could even travel to Mexico. Just take a whole trip to Mexico is unbelievable.
Like, that would be where I could see this game just growing and becoming better than what it already is. And then you don't even have to change the what is it? You don't have to change the character and give new levels. You could just straight up do new augments, and the new augments cost some kind of different currency. So your character is maxed out, but in order to get this particular augment, now you have to upgrade something else. So you still keep your original character with all your original stuff, but now there's new stuff and there's a new way to get it, rather than you go from level 50 to 100. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But
you still keep the original character.
You know what I'm telling you? Another thing that CD Projekt Red does that no other company has ever done. When you give you free DLC. The expansions are not free, obviously. That's an expansion. But when they give out DLCs, it's free. They don't charge you.
Yeah.
So Witcher gave you all kinds of DLC for free. Every time they gave you a new costume, a new sword, a new armor, a new horse color or whatever, a new saddle. This was all free. If they can do that for this game, that would be great. Where they could give you free jackets or free, free character upgrades. This is one of the reasons this company is so great. The other thing is, when I bought Witcher, you remember, you bought it too. When you bought The Witcher and you opened it up, there was a thank you note from in there.
Yeah.
Remember that? That's an appreciation from a company that you don't get from any other company.
And I said it before, man. CD Projekt, the Witcher, I had a problem with the overall system. I never said anything bad about the graphics, or any. I just didn't like the leveling system in that game. I really wanted to like The Witcher. I really, really did, and it just wasn't my cup of tea. But I said it from the beginning that the way The Witcher levels up, that style of gameplay transitions very well into Cyberpunk.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
That kind of... Because you're not going around killing enemies left and right. You're more going around to complete missions. and through that you're going to level up.
Exactly.
I think that's where the game will be better. I also saw, I get into arguments. I saw a lot of Borderlands influenced in this with like the numbers as you're shooting you're shooting the bad guys. The number damage is being shown on the screen,
and that's fine. I can justify that.
No, I'm all about that. I don't. Bullet sponges never bothered me really in video games, because it's just a game.
But
so that is one of my big. This game is Deus Ex meets Borderlands meets The Witcher meets Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
and I am perfectly fine with all of that.
If you're able to loot dead bodies and take pieces of their whatever, what do you call it, the part of the robotics out of their bodies and then go to a shop and attach it to you, that's something that I'm looking for. And about the bullet sponging, people who don't like bullet sponging, I understand. It's a pain in the ass and it's unrealistic. But in this game, it makes sense. You're seeing the numbers because you're seeing it through an augmented eye. And second of all, you're not shooting regular humans. You are shooting augmented humans that have robotic parts. There's no way regular shooting is going to kill them in one shot. Maybe as you get stronger and you get better guns. Like when you go slow motion and she shoots that guy's legs off. You remember that part? Yeah. Blows him right off, and then he's like, my legs, and then she blows his head off. This game's going to be amazing. Oh my god.
God, I can't wait.
My kid's probably going to be like 10 when this game comes out. This is going to be ridiculous.
The other thing that I noticed, and I don't know if you noticed it, but it's also running on an Xbox One.
No, it's not working. It's running on a PC.
No. Well, if it's running on PC, they're using a controller because they're not playing with
a keyboard. Of course. They could do that. That's
a lot of people are speculating that this is running on an Xbox Scarlet.
No, hell no, man. This thing is running on a PC and they're using an Xbox controller. That is a 100% guarantee. Because you can use an Xbox controller on a PC easily. That's it. They're using it on a PC, and they want you to see.
There's speculation, man.
You want to see how the game runs with the buttons, obviously, of the controller, so you see that you can actually use a console. Bro, it's always been like that with Microsoft. They tell you they're playing it on an Xbox, and they're actually playing it on PC. And unless I see a PlayStation buttons on there, I never think they're running it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I need to see the X, the 0, the triangle, and the square. If not, it's not running on a PlayStation. And I can guarantee you this is not running on a Scarlet. This is all PC. I mean, it'd be cool if it was a Scarlet, but I don't believe it.
I love how you're like, I guarantee you, like you were there.
Bro.
It's speculation.
You can't. Yeah, of course it's speculation, but there's no way that they're going to run a demo on an Xbox when they can show you the better version.
Why not?
Exactly.
Because now you're proving how powerful the new system is. And if Microsoft gets their greedy little paws on this thing, man,
they're not going to get their paws on this. No way. It's for what I read, the game was designed on an Xbox One X first, and then PlayStation or something like that. I don't know where I read that, but either way, they can't do no wrong. And I think either way, both systems aren't going to get it. They're going to get it for Scarlet and whatever the new Xbox, the new PlayStation name is. So, and I could take. I have a feeling PlayStation 5 is going to be something so mind blowing that people are going to die in their seats when they show.
And I'll one last comment, and then we got to wrap this thing up. You brought it up that if this game does VR, I'd buy a VR headset.
Yeah, if they do VR,
This is one of those games where this would get me to get a VR headset. A lot of people loved Resident Evil 7 with the VR. A lot of people said playing with the VR headset made the game so much better, even though graphically it was inferior. The game, the overall sight and sound was superior, because the immersion. Excuse me.
You're okay.
This game, yeah, I burped. This game here, with the idea of augmentation, getting new eyes and everything, and oh my god, I can only imagine.
It's the future.
That game is the future of video games.
It's a future game for the future systems.
Cannot wait.
Yep. Anyway, guys, that's about it. Thank you so much for listening. If you guys want to get a hold of us, you can email us at evilmetalgamers@gmail.com. We are at Twitter. We are in YouTube. We are in Facebook and Discord. Wherever you guys hear Evil Metal Gamers, we're there, and we appreciate all the love and everything that you guys have been following us and listening to us. Thank you so much. So take care, guys.
Love, peace, happiness.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Evil Metal Gamers Podcast. Today is September 1st, 2018, and this is episode number 47. My name is Jose Roldan, and you're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers Podcast, where you hear all your geek news,